10 Things You Probably Didn't Know About the Queen's Gambit. The Netflix series is based on 1983 novel by the same name, which was written by Walter Tevis. Chess experts overall have praised the show as more believable than other on-screen adaptations of the sport. Although much of the show takes place in Kentucky, it wasn't shot in the US. Anya Taylor-Joy, Harry Melling, and Thomas Brodie-Sangster all starred in popular films that are also book adaptations. Since its debut on Netflix, The Queen's Gambit has taken audiences around the world by storm. From its distinct visual style to its compelling storytelling, there are careful details that capture your interest as handily as Beth Harmon captures pieces on the chessboard. But even die-hard fans of the show and chess enthusiasts may not know everything about the series. If you're interested in learning some new facts about the popular series, then please keep watching. Number 1. Born in San Francisco in 1928, Tevis was older by the time he wrote The Queen's Gambit, and as a result, some aspects of the protagonist's story were drawn directly from his own experiences. According to David Hill's reporting of The Ringer, Tevis learned to play chess at 7 years old, but he wasn't a prodigy and didn't go on to compete professionally until he was an adult. Although he never ascended to Beth's level, he still appreciated the intricacies of the game. Tevis also spent time in a convalescent home as a child due to medical complications, during which time his parents effectively abandoned him. Carers at that facility regularly drugged him with phenobarbital 3 times a day, and Tevis credited this early experience with drugs as a precursor to the alcoholism he developed as an adult, a parallel that is clear in the book. Number 2. Beth's story is similar to that of a real-life American grandmaster. In the same Slate interview, Grandmaster Kasparov likened Beth's story to a female version of the real-life American Grandmaster Bobby Fischer's life. Fischer died in 2008 at the age of 64. In his obituary, the New York Times described his playing style with words that could also fit Beth's particular flair: volatile, dramatic, difficult, and brilliant. Number 3. The actors played off all the chess games on The Queen's Gambit. In October, Frank told Entertainment Weekly that although chess consultants created each game you see on the screen, the actors memorized and played each match, even the speed rounds. You can freeze frame anything, and it's a real chess setup, Frank said. There's even a whole sequence where you never see the board, but they're still actually moving the pieces where they're supposed to. The actors always knew exactly where every piece was supposed to go. Although Lexington, Kentucky is the backdrop for most of Queen's Gambit, much of the series was shot in Berlin, Germany, and Ontario, Canada. Number 4. Beth's house on The Queen's Gambit is actually in Canada. According to Atlas of Wonders, several of the show's iconic settings were filmed in Berlin, Germany, from the Methuen Home Orphanage to the beautiful French Hotel. Additionally, the Pivotal Bridge, the Ohio's U.S. Champion Campus, and Beth's house were all locations in Ontario, Canada. Actress Taylor-Joy, who was so excited about playing Beth that she literally ran to meet with the show's creator to discuss the role. Number 5. Anya Taylor-Joy played Beth Harmon on The Queen's Gambit. Taylor-Joy told NPR in 2020 that she's not a runner, not for any reason. Nevertheless, she said that she finished reading the Queen's Gambit book in about an hour and was so thrilled about the role that she ran to meet Frank to talk all about it. It's still the only job that I've ever physically run to, she said. I was so excited. Number 6. Taylor-Joy has appeared in several famous films and an iconic TV series. Anya Taylor-Joy also starred in Emma. The actress gained massive acclaim for her role in the 2015 horror movie The Witch. She has also appeared in Split, Glass, and Emma, as well as on the series Peaky Blinders. You may recognize chess champion Harry Beltic from another famous book adaptation. Actor Harry Melling, who plays Harry on The Queen's Gambit, also portrayed Dudley Dursley in 5 of the 8 Harry Potter movies. You may also recognize him from his more recent roles on the BBC One series, His Dark Materials, based on the books by Philip Pullman, and in the 2020 Netflix films, The Old Guard and The Devil All the Time. Number 7. The chess games were also a narrative device. Although expert chess consultants trained the actors and kept the moves realistic, it was Tesora's job to keep telling Beth's story through the games. She told Vulture in October that she kept switching the camera's focus to varying things during different matches, like the ticking clocks or the players' hands, to fit the games into the overall arc of Beth's story. During the Paris tournament, where Beth is clearly hungover, the pieces move around the board in a way that Tesoro described as being like a Gumby effect, a reference to the famous green clay character. Number 8. Heath Ledger was working on adapting the Queen's Gambit from the page to screen over a decade ago. Heath Ledger was set to direct and star in his own adaptation of the Queen's Gambit. Chris Weeks, Online USA, Getty Image. The Independent reported that prior to his death in 2008, Ledger had been working on a film adaptation of the Queen's Gambit, which he was planning to direct and star in alongside Elliot Page, who would have played Beth. Screenwriter Alan Sheak, who writes under the pen name Alan Scott, had been working with Ledger on this adaptation, and he said Ledger resonated with Tevis's novel and was also an incredibly gifted chess champion who was close to becoming a grandmaster. Number 9. Costume designer Gabrielle Binder deliberately chose Beth's wardrobe to convey certain things about her character. Binder specifically chose to use plenty of checkered patterns throughout the series, which marries Beth's passions for chess and fashion. She told Vogue UK in November that there are also various homages to designers of the era, such as Andrea Courage. According to Binder, Beth's all-white final outfit on finale unmistakably shows Beth in control as the White Queen. At the end, Beth wears the white coat with the white pants and cap, Binder said. That idea, of course, is to convey that she is now the queen on the chessboard, and the chessboard itself is the world. And finally, number 10. As of November 23, 2020, The Queen's Gambit is officially Netflix's most watched scripted limited series to date. According to Deadline, 62 million households have watched the 7-episode series in its entirety. It ranked in Netflix's top 10 in 92 countries and reached number 1 in 63. Deadline also reported the show seemed to make the game more popular. They reported a spike in eBay searches for chess sets, a doubled number of Google searches on the topic, and a 5-fold increase of players on chess.com.